Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Relevant Experience Heroes, where we dive deep into how companies are making sure that their customers, employees, prospects are all getting the experiences they deserve. Today, I'm joined by none other, the one and only Matt Krensbach, Senior Manager of Boomiverse at Boomi. And what that entails is their community, their training materials, their user groups, all of that is encompassed there. So it's a pleasure to have you today, Matt.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ari. Appreciate it.
You know, today's topic is going to be around knowledge management, how that applies to community. And I know that you're going to dive much deeper during your TSIA Interact session with Bonnie. And you also have a wonderful case study that covers a lot of the results that you've been able to apply. But today I want to get a little bit of a teaser. I want to know what's been your favorite accomplishment over the last year that involves the knowledge management best practices?
I think there's a couple. So the couple that all dovetail together. So it starts out with rolling out KCS, Knowledge Centered Service, to our internal programs within Boomi. So to our support professional services and pre-sales teams, so they can help create content. The other part that it dovetails into there is our implementation of Coveo. So that's allowing us to surface that now developed content into the most relevant way for our users.
Yeah, and you know, wrapping KCS into your community, right? This isn't something that necessarily is widely adopted across the industry. So why is community so important to Boomi?
Well, community is a force multiplier for us. So we leverage our community in a lot of different ways to help escalate and drive and ultimately accelerate our business outcomes. So whether it's net new logo acquisition or renewals or expansion dollars, we leverage our community and made our community kind of the focal point to help drive those. We realized that the return on investment dollars for activity within our community during the prospect phase was a better use of time than any other engagement effort that we have. So really that force multiplier of saying, hey, we have 15,000 customers, we have 100,000 community members, and all of them are contributing to the community. So each new interaction also creates kind of a momentum and helps create the next knowledge article that might satisfy someone's question. So it really, building a community has been our force multiplier and making our users successful on the platform.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, you know, the amount of work and the progress that I've seen Boomi make just in a short time, right, that we've been engaged over the last year and a half or so. And to that, I've also noticed there's a big difference between community with a capital C and community with a lowercase c. You know, what's the difference in your eyes between a good community and a not so good one?
That's a good question. I think the experience, it all comes down to the user experience and what their expectations are versus the reality that they get. So with good communities, they create a really frictionless experience for users to find what they're looking for. So you can have the most breadth and depth of content possible, but if you're not surfacing the most relevant content, it's not going to be a great user experience. Same thing if your UI interface isn't very intuitive. If it's not behaving the way a user would expect, then you're not going to create a good experience for them. So for us, the good and the great is really a frictionless experience where users find what they want as quickly as they possibly can, and they can self-service. We don't want them to have to engage a person. We only want them to engage people if they want to engage people, but we want to give them every opportunity to be able to self-serve. So really it's the experience, that really frictionless, great, relevant experience for users.
You're going to dive deep into your roadmap and change management. How do you get adoption of KCS best practices, right? You're going to dive into all of that during your session. So I just want to thank you for taking the couple minutes here with me today to share a little bit about your journey. And I know this session is going to be a wonderful one. So I look forward to that as well.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ari.